Michael Adams, the Lord of O.R.D, the 40 Digital Shaman. Hey, Judy. Thank you for joining. So it's going to be an interesting show. I think it's going to be an interesting show. There's a bit of delay I see going on. So it'll be on BitChute. Hopefully it's running on BitChute. Rumble. And then Michael Adams O.R.D. 2, my second YouTube channel. So the first hour and a half, it's going to be the interview that I was invited to join Jack. Don't know why he said it. I asked him, but he said so. Whatever. Anyways, it's about him and his work in the state of Ohio and the forest and the woods, and the things that him and this crew. So he goes by the cameraman and then the crew, and the things that they're finding in the woods and Ohio, Eastern Ohio. Now, from my research, what's going on in Eastern Ohio is also going on throughout all North America, and including Europe and UK, Eurasia. So what that is anybody's guess. That's for sure. I know a lot of people feel emphatic that they know what these things are that we're filming. Some do look like Bigfoot, but other things look like trolls and very aerogenic and all sorts of weird things. All sorts of weird things. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Judy. So, yeah, Judy, I think I have it in the information box, but maybe not. I'm slowly trying to transfer myself over to Rumble and BitChute because, well, of all the censoring that's going on, and they're on YouTube. So, like so many other people, we're all being forced over to other platforms. So, anyways, the first thing we're going to do is listen to is this interview. It's more of a discussion. It's a combination discussion. It's like, I don't know, just me asking Jack questions, playing some videos that they have filmed, tree structures, orbs, lights in the forest, and that kind of thing, and just discussing what it might be. Is there something more going on than just Bigfoot? So let me get this setting. Present. I don't know why I did what I did. I now know I can. I don't know where I could share. Anyways, I could have shared just on his YouTube channel. I'll figure that out. But slow learner. Anyways, this is the interview. Enjoy.
All right, welcome back, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right, man. Sorry for the little delay, everyone.
So what's going on your end? Because I can see some people viewing.
Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
And I can see on my end, finally, the people are viewing, but sorry about this. Let's hold on a second. I need to switch screens here a little bit so I can see what's going on over bit shoot. Oh, it's not easy being a one-man show. Being a single father and all the other things that I'm dealing with. So, anyways, excuses. Okay, let's get back to the interview.
Channel saying nothing was here. Anyway, sorry folks for we're having technical issues as it is the usual the case. And
yeah, YouTube loves to do that to me sometimes.
I get censored so much.
Okay. Doing. Let's see, there we go.
Now we got something going on. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Sally Joe. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Eric. Hello, Kathy. Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Friday to everyone.
It's glad to see you again.
CJ. Hello, Allison. Lori. Yeah. So tonight's going to be a little different. O.R.D. wanted to pick my brain a little bit, ask me some questions. We're going to have the guys coming in and out, whoever can make it. Some of the guys are out of town. Some are busy. Friday. Yeah.
It's it's a nice evening, isn't it? So
It's a nice evening, yeah.
Michelle,
yeah. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. So
what I was saying earlier, first of all, congratulations again. You've reached this month 10,000 subscribers and now past that, so you're well deserved of that. And the other thing is that your birthday is, so it was last week, and I got to wish you a happy birthday, so fireworks.
Yeah. Russell, hello.
So
yeah, it's nice to have the content getting out there and people watching and seeing what we see.
yeah, there's some pretty wild stuff that you guys have filmed. And we were talking about what your latest adventure has been. It's called Dagging Real Fast, so people know.
Yeah, all week long I've been out during the day. I've been out at I've been down south for 3 days, up north this week. Well, last weekend into this week. Man, I'll tell you, some of the areas have, I'd say 25% of the areas have dried up. And I believe it's because of the water. The water's, we're in a drought, so.
Very severe drought.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 2 years ago, we had a drought as well about this time of year, but not as bad as this one. This one's been going on for a month at least.
Yeah.
And I think, it's been very interesting as far as the effects, what kind of effects have happened as far as you guys due to the drought in your research area.
Yeah, well, some of the lakes, they started draining, and around this time of year, a little before hunting season, some of the lakes that I go to, they'll start draining them, lowering them, and then being in a drought situation, any good size, puddles or streams that we're running are not running. So I'm finding out that, like I said, in 25% of the area this week, there was no activity, no signs of nothing. I left gifting, came back the next day, the gifting was still sitting there. Which usually, when I set it down and I come back, it's gone. Nothing on the tree cameras in some of those areas. Now, I believe I know where they went. I believe 2 of the areas are pretty close to each other. And I believe I had a pack go over to the area that's really crowded, because when I went into that area, the place looked like there was a big fight going on. And it reminded me about 2 years ago when I went into an area like that, kind of the drought situation going on. water dried up, and the area was just a mess. So really want to get in there for a night hunt. Probably be tomorrow. I may do it by myself, depending on if any of the guys can come or not. We'll see.
So you're talking like a floodplain type area?
Yeah, that just stays marshy. Doesn't matter if there's a drought. There's just water.
Have you found that you got more activity, or you find more signs of activity in a floodplain area or above the floodplain area?
Above. Above.
So maybe just going through more of the details. So when you say above it, are we talking at the fringe, or are we talking further distance away? Like, is there a significant distance? We'll start with maybe a range from within 100 yards or further
Within a mile. Within a mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, because I have found myself some interesting like tree structures and stuff like that in the floodplains. But the past, we haven't had any serious flooding for a while. I mean, there was quite a bit of rain earlier this year, but it not enough to wash away the tree structures. So.
Yeah.
But you're finding them further away from the floodplain, which I find fascinating.
Yeah.
Others don't, but to me that makes, it does make more sense that it would be above the floodplain. But at the same token, like I said, I have filmed and I have seen and I have, well, actually, I haven't checked it, but last time we checked it, I think it was this spring. The one TP structure is about 350 yards to east of me was still there, and it was in the floodplain. It's one of the things about these tree structures, man, is like, what's making them, man?
Mm.
Can we go to that video of the tree structure that you guys filmed 5 months ago? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Let's see, let's go there. We will maximize. This is Ohio Grassman video trailer watch at the very end. This was posted 5 months ago and only has 1,300 views, which is crazy. Anyways, you guys should be sure to watch this. Anyway, so towards the end here, let's check this out. Tell me if you got the audio. Got the audio?
Yeah.
All right, so let's check this out. Let's describe this location and this situation. I mean, first of all, did you know that these tree structures were there ahead of time before you filmed it?
No.
So you ran into these things in the night, in the dark.
Yep.
How far away were they from sort of civilization, people, homes, that kind of stuff?
Oh, there's not homes around for miles.
So how deep in the woods was this?
Pretty good ways.
A mile, a quarter mile,
mile, I would say.
So it's deep in, because there's something, if you guys pay attention to this image in great detail, I mean, you don't have to throw it in great detail, but just pay attention. Who or whatever did this spent an awful lot of time finding the straightest branches and trees they could find, and then stripped them of all the smaller branches.
Right. And notice they're all around the same size.
Yeah. And very deliberate. Now, let's just think about this, folks. As human beings, if these were, say, some kids or some young people, maybe they're in a cult and there's some kind of sorcery, witchcraft, whatever. Not knocking it or saying whatever. I'm just saying, just bringing it up, just trying to think of why any human beings would want to do this, and the amount of energy and effort it would take to create this thing in the middle of the woods.
Right.
First of all, you have to search and search and search and find some of the straightest branches and trees that you could find. Then you would have to break them off or break them from the ground because they're not cut like I'm only assuming, I wasn't there, but all the tree structures I was seeing, there's no signs somebody uses pruners or a saw. So, that is saying once again that something went out of its way to strip all the small branches. So just think about how much effort and time with just collecting these things. If you were a human being.
All right. Absolutely. And why would you?
I mean, you could do it. Maybe there's pranksters. Maybe some people have literally, got tired. Maybe some kids got tired of playing the video games and said, you know what? Let's set up, the cameraman and everyone. You know what I mean? Of course.
What's the chances of us going out there and walking into that?
And finding it, you're right. So, I find these tree structures to be just profoundly baffling. Now, I know a lot of people, they're emphatic that it's Bigfoot is doing it. Once again, folks, no one's ever seen a Bigfoot put these things together.
Nope.
That's the honest truth. And so, if we're going to be honest, and honesty is an important thing, believe it or not, most people seem to have a problem with that, but it's really important for us to be as honest as possible, not only as researchers, but just as human beings in general, with each other. That's how progress is made. So, you guys didn't build it, right? Am I correct?
Nope.
Okay. Who was with you?
We can't even say that on the video. I believe we even say that on the video. We don't know what made it, but strange.
Yeah, so who was with you that night? Mike?
Oh, believe. Oh, man. Mike, MT. I believe that was it. Just me and MT.
This is interesting. At first, something bothered to make this.
Trapper. I'm not sure.
Trapper, okay. Somebody or something bothered first to make this, I call it a pseudo TP, tree structure. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of a mess. You know what I mean? It's not right. Like, there's leftover stuff. And then, wish that would not show up. Anyways, then we got this right here, and then it slowly leads into these TP structures.
Correct.
Oh,
that's strange. It looks like there's something. That's weird.
Something like.
Yeah, back behind it, that middle one. That's strange.
Yeah.
I didn't see that till now.
Well, I got a great image of that I filmed that is borderline. It's either a grass man or something we call a Bigfoot or something. At least that's what it looks like. And it's real close to a TP structure that I filmed in the daytime. Of course, hiding, peeping behind a tree. So there's another structure right here too. So somebody spent a lot of time making this.
Right. And that's just like the ones me and Trevor ran into not too long ago. I actually went back to that same spot and there was no signs of those structures. They were gone.
Really?
Yeah. And I actually have that on film coming up. It's one of the videos that are going to drop. The structures were there prior, probably about 2-3 months prior to me going back here recently, and those structures were gone. There was no sign of nothing.
That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I don't know, like on Island, Mike, he had that experience. Was an amazing tree structure he was filming in his area, and then somebody broke them or took them all down.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen that. Burnt them too.
So, I mean, I had my own personal experience where I was so frustrated and upset with these things that I destroyed a TP structure.
Excuse me.
So, but most of these things, once they're up, they pretty much stay up. There's like,
yeah, I thought I was in the wrong location. I looked at the GPS and it was like within feet, and there was no sign. But that's like at Claim 3, those structures were there that I thought were nests, and those were all demolished. I mean, ripped apart and thrown everywhere. It's both of them. So that could be something going on.
so human beings doing it for some reason. You know, people sometimes, you know, I did it before. A kid might do it. Somebody that's running around just, you know, it might do it. But, you know, there's that possibility. But then, you know, we're dealing with, you know, what's really weird is, like an animal. Let's say it's, maybe you guys have a bear or something, or some kind of animal. Why would they waste their time, or some kind of deer or something? Why would they, I mean, I guess it's running, or maybe the scraping of the velvet off their antlers, which would be utterly nonsense. I mean, I just don't see why. I mean, there'd be signs of a deer doing it, right?
Right, absolutely.
So it's not a deer. I don't see a reason why a bear would do it. So
You know, the trapper we're at, O.R.D, when I say they were gone, the sticks and everything were gone. There was no trace of the TPs. There was no trace of anything. There was no sticks laying down on the ground. There were no sticks leaning against the tree. There was nothing. It was like someone went, picked it all up, and moved it.
Now, you know, was there signs of someone making a fire somewhere?
No. There's no way that someone could have found this spot. I'm telling you, it's so far off the beaten path, so far off being trapper.
Were there Bigfoot prints? Was there big prints anywhere? Anything that they signed with Bigfoot?
Not that I could tell, but it was really, there was a lot of debris on the ground, like leaves and stuff like that. So when you get a lot like that, and we're talking like inches of leaf material and bark and dirt and stuff like that, there's not a way to see good prints. I mean, you're looking and your eyes could play tricks with you, and you could think it is, but it's not. I guess that's another way. Because
there's no solid, definitive.
Nah.
Anything that evidence, something that suggests that a Bigfoot or Bigfoot broke down, not only built the things, but then tore it all apart.
I can't say that, you know, because I didn't see it, but I can say that something took it all, gathered it all up.
In the middle of the woods.
Right. Middle of the woods, no trace.
And no signs of somebody started a fire.
No signs of someone starting a fire. They'd probably burn the place down, man. That would be a horrible spot for a fire.
I just find that it's so interesting. This topic is not discussed enough in my book and in the community. It just is.
I'm glad you bring it up, though.
Because, you know, these things we call TP structures, and those signs of some tree structures are irrational, illogical for a human being to do, and the same amount of energy and time to do it, unless there are hoaxers, and there are hoaxers out there. And maybe they're desperate enough to get some kind of attention that they'd be willing to go somewhere deep into the woods. Well, the odds of anybody ever seeing it, slim to none. Would hunters make such a thing?
I mean, this is the thing. I thought about this. if you were a hunter and you were going to make that, you're putting your scent all over those branches. So any chance of hunting in that area, you just now, you know, mess that up for yourself. But I mean, it could be. You can't rule it out, but you think of all the possible logical reasons why a hunter would do that. I mean, waste the time. I mean, if you're putting it up to be a hunting blind, you just kind of ruin it. Why would you put so many so close? And I mean, in the case of that area that I'm talking about with me and Trevor, why would you gather it all back up and just take everything?
So if you're a hunter, the odds of you using it as a blind are pretty slim to none. And then, of course, let's talk about the claim that Bigfoot uses this stuff as some kind of blind. Think about the illogic in that. What would be the logic for a Bigfoot, a big sucker, you know, something that's 7 foot, you know, 700 pounds, whatever. It's a big, massive thing. Why would it do that? And then where is it going to go to hide?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. And I've been in some spots to where I've ran into this. I mean, this isn't the first time I've ran into these. And I'm sure it won't be the last time, but I've ran into some spots where it had teepees up, kind of like this. And there was probably about 17 of them. And then this big, grassy structure where it took all these sticks and just put it on like a big nest area. And that was on film, I believe 2 falls ago. And I went out by myself. And man, I was pretty shocked because I 100% filmed something in that structure, and it wasn't human. I can tell you 100% it wasn't human. I'll post that link up for you, and you can watch that. And you can tell me that sound was not human, and it was not a bear. But
Can we watch it now?
I have to go find it.
Okay, all right.
We're talking probably 3
So we call it a nest. Nest, was it, did it have signs, something was actually laying or sitting in it?
It looked like there was honestly a bent, arched doorway to it. Like where the brush wasn't, where you could actually walk into this thing and turn right. And it spooked me so much when I walked by, I was like, whoa. And then something went, and I was like, what the, you know, kind of backed up out of the area. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to push that.
So you know, I think this is an important topic to discuss as usual, and because we have no idea who's making or what's making these things that we call tree structures. We've been told by the quote-unquote experts in the Bigfoot community that Bigfoot's doing it. Yet they've never seen Bigfoot make it, nor do they know anybody who's ever seen Bigfoot make it. So now we're in a great dilemma if we're being honest about this.
Oh, absolutely. I think what the point is, you know, doing this, well, for me it is, and for the guys it is being open to it. I mean, how are we ever going to learn if we're not? We just can't follow the mainstream and go with the flow and not give answers, or we're just going to repeat this year after year after year after year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got the answers. At some point, you got to ask yourself how, or when, or why.
Yeah. That's the thing. And, you know, somebody brought up, hey, Wonderful's in the room. What's up, bro? You're muted.
You got to unmute, right?
Unmute yourself, Wonderful.
There you go.
And it's weird for me. It kept on saying, like, this wasn't able to be used, blah, 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 and then all everything's.
I didn't understand what you said, but
Yeah, you can work on your audio now, man. There's something going on with the audio. It's very tinty and distant. So yeah, so we were talking, whenever you get your stuff sort of maybe listen to, we were talking about tree structures.
here's a good one. Stump Jumper mentions, how about the structure where you found the cat? That's a good one. That's a really good one. I don't know if you've ever seen that video, O.R.D, but I found a mummified cat on a log in a structure, and who would do that? It was flattened and laid there in a structure.
Well, there's all sorts of things that I've filmed in the woods that look, and there's some behind me right there you can see. I mean, it's kind of small, but let me just blow it up for a little bit for a second. Oops. That's real. How do I blow myself up? Or how do you blow me up?
You want to, okay, hold on 1 second. I can do that for you.
Just because I just want to point out some stuff there. If you guys look behind me, if you look real closely at some of the things that I filmed in the trees and woods, they don't look anything like Bigfoot. They look very, some do, but some kind of like look like a gargoyle or a human being. Actually, if you take me down there, what I'll do is I'll share an image as well.
Does this sound better now?
Yes, it does.
Sound better, buddy.
Okay. All right.
You sound like a pro now, man. All right.
There we go. That's what I was shooting for.
So, but my point I want to bring is not to brag, folks, is just to say something or share the fact that there's more in them woods than a Bigfoot. And the moment investigators and other people who are interested in this stuff come to terms with that, the better the results are going to be, I believe. And I think that well, I know from my own perspective, the results are getting much better when I accept the fact that, the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, is just a small portion of what's going on in the woods. And I just want to show you guys that this, and because somebody brought up little people, right? Here's an example of just some stuff that I filmed. If you can see closely in this branch, you can see this like shadowy being. There's the face right here. This is where like almost like a hood. You can even see the toes, the foot, and the trees. And then they got this thing here with these weird eyes. You got something that more looks like people think it's a Bigfoot. You got this guy right here. You can see his face, his nose, his eye. And he's wearing some kind of weird, like, Spanish type hat or something. And it's up to you. I mean, I can see it clearly. If you really look closely, there's a entity, a being, a little person, something small. We talked about it here all the time from other traditions and stories with little people. And what if that's what we're actually dealing with? What if we're dealing with something that's completely different than what Bigfoot is, period? And that indigenous populations that talked about when they had the dark night of the soul and when they were children and they would spend, 3 or more days isolated in a high place, a sacred place, and they would fast and be alone. Of course, they were being observed, but they believed they were being alone. And when they talked about seeing things like we think were Sasquatch, they also talked about little people.
Absolutely.
And
we talk about more little people.
Yeah, all sorts of things, right? From dwarves to all sorts of things. And so what if it's not Bigfoot that's making these tree structures, but that we're dealing with something completely different. And I just, I think it's a valuable question. It needs to be asked more often, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's a good question because, you know, I hate assuming. I just wish there was a way to catch them in action. You know, I mean, we're kind of doing, 5 things at once when we're out there. We're trying to become a friend of it. We're trying to get a visual of it, get it on video. We're trying to do a lot of stuff while we're out there on top of thinking. But
and here's the other thing, so let's expand our horizons and thought, experiment further. Let's say they're not even people at all. They're just some little things, some creature-like things. Maybe they are something like a gremlin. Maybe they are something like, I don't know, just use your imagination, folks. It could be something that's not even humanoid at all that's doing this.
yeah.
I was gonna ask, did you ever get those pictures from Cameraman about the stuff that I saw?
I did not.
No, you know what? I forgot to send them. My fault.
I know, everyone.
We'll write it down right now.
And this is the one you're talking about that looks like a coyote and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's like a
fox.
it's like a fox, but the fox is like the face is like stretched out.
Right.
So that's why we were thinking at first that when we first saw that it could be like a skinwalker morphing into a fox because it was like all like kind of like stretched out, like the nose was long and everything else. It was weird.
Always part of everything's weird about this. Everything looks weird. Nothing's logical. There's so much ambiguity to this research that, I mean, it's a violation to most people's logic and sense of reason, right? So, but the thing is, it's one of those things that you have to be willing to stretch your horizons and recognize that we don't know what the hell we're doing about most things in life. So why would we think that we would know what we're doing here?
Exactly.
Well, you kind of get the idea of what you want to do.
What you want to do, right?
What you want to do, but I guess the bigger question is, what are we really seeing?
Yeah, what is the purpose behind this?
Yeah.
Is it
What are we really seeing?
Are they trying to signal to us, really, or are we just running across things and activity that they're just doing on their own anyway? So it's just kind of like we're just intruding, we're just interrupting some kind of ritual, some kind of rite, some kind of passage of their own. Or, are we talking something that's interdimensional, some ultra-dimensional, we talk about spirits, about disappeared spirits, there's so many questions. And I would love, if any of you out there, if anybody hears this message, and you know someone who's actually seen what's made these things, please let us know.
Absolutely. I would love that.
We love to talk to that person. We really would love to talk to that person.
Biggest thing is it the same everywhere?
Well, it's tree structures for the people that I'm talking to and interacting with are in the coast of California to what's going, the same thing is going on in the UK and in Portugal and in Spain and in France. And I heard also in other places around the world too. So either we're dealing with a worldwide cult, people that have very strange habits and behavior, like making these things. And once again, be redundant here, the amount of effort and time it is to make these tree structures is phenomenal and extremely taxing. And I would challenge any one of you to spend a weekend doing it yourself and see how far you get.
Right. And you know what? They're almost so perfect when you see them, like we take tape measures out with us and we've measured some, the height on them, we've looked around them, what's the ground look like? Some of these are put in the ground all the way around an inch perfectly. The holes are put in there perfectly in an inch underground around. I mean, some of them are woven so good. It's like, how can you do that? I've seen trees, big round trees, bent, and we've tried to bend them and weave them in between other trees, like, we've seen them, and it does not happen.
You grow men, so that if we're talking about kids now, they're going to have greater challenge in it.
Right.
So I do got a question. I got the photo right here. I'm wondering if I put it up to my camera, we'll be able to see it.
We can try. We can try.
I can put you in solo. Hold on.
Oh, that actually does not look bad at all.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me remove that one from stage. Back it up a little bit. No. It's a little bit too blurry.
Is it the brown part that we're talking about? Or
Yep, you can see the eyes and the nose, the mouth right there.
Yeah.
I see the ears, eyes, the nose, the mouth.
Yep, I
Then
see
you
now.
see how skinny the legs are right here,
No,
and it's wrapping around a tree.
of course.
But you can easily see the head, the two eyes, the nose is really stretched out, and then the skinny leg down at the bottom there. And
Yeah,
it's going through a tree.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course it's going. Of course it's going through a tree. I keep telling people, it's coming out of the trees. It's going through the trees.
This is the other one I got. Of the legs and the lady wearing like a dress and two legs walking in the woods.
Oh, the go solo here for you.
Oh, hold on, yeah. I got him. There you go.
It's kind of hard to see, but maybe
That one is a little harder, but this is what I caught in the woods. I mean, you can see right over here. Oh, well, my finger doesn't help, does it? You can see two legs here, like a man walking, and then like right here.
Oh, the black part of the legs.
Yeah, and then like a woman dressed right here on the far, right behind it, right in front of it.
Yeah, that's strange.
There's everything's strange. Everything's strange.
But those were the captures that I got. I mean, it doesn't show anymore, but you can also, when I get it figured out, you can see a little more higher up that you can see them, like basically a whole body to look like that. But I caught that fox one in a cemetery, and I caught those two figures in the woods over by me. So.
Well, let's check. Let's look at the night investigation. Camp Pete, the Bigfoot, canoes.
You caught something on there I thought was possibly just camera, but looking at it, I'm not too sure now.
So we're going to watch this thing, folks, and at first, when you first glance, you look at it and you think that it's an artifact of the camera. But the more you pay attention, you realize it's moving separate and independently of what the movement of the camera. And is this thing that we are looking at have any association, once again, with the tree structures? So this thing of light that we're going to watch, that someone would argue would be something like an orb, a very diminutive small orb, not one of these massive ones. How big do you think it might be? We're going to find out. So let's check this out, folks. So So it starts right here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yep.
Might be hard to see. You can see it's right here, and it's not blue. At first, you look at it and say, "This seems like an insect." But let's pay attention to this.
Yeah, and I thought it was from the camera. I'm looking at it now. What did you say?
Oh, it's not. First of all, we can see the way it's moving independently.
It doesn't move like a bug either.
Well, at first, when I look at this guy, yeah, it could be like a moth or something like that, but let's move on with this one. Now it's stabilized, so. And now it turns blue.
Yeah.
Now watch that little blue dot. I'm assuming this is the moon, right?
No. That's light with the camera on it to see if we can capture something in between us.
Is this plane 3 still or no?
No. This is
So tell us more about this light in the camera. Is it shining? Is it looking towards you? Is it?
yeah, it's looking towards me because I wanted to see.
So then we need to pay attention to this light and see if it's moving as well.
Yeah, see what I did was I put it in between this and backed out about a football field away to see if something would pass in between and give us an idea and a direction which way it was going.
Well, apparently something did. What's this? So first of all, okay, then we know that camera and that light's not moving at all. Correct?
Correct. That camera, no, that's a still camera.
One stationary, permanently stationary, the other one you're filming with is you holding it. So let's pay attention to Jack's movement and then the movement of this thing. And you can distinguish Jack's movement by paying attention to the trees, right? Notice that the blue thing is moving independently of Jack's movement. And independent of the camera and light on the other side. Jack is staying very steady. It is not moving like an insect.
No.
Yeah, I just thought that was the camera.
And it's not the camera. It's moving independent of the movement. I see this part out while I slow it down.
Doing that for about 20 minutes. And then I think people want to see us just standing there for about 20, 25 minutes.
Well, yeah, to me, I think watching that little blue dot is fascinating to me. It's really a lot. It is moving independent of your camera, dude.
Yeah, that's strange.
And it doesn't look like something that maybe somebody used a laser. What was that?
Do what? Oh, no. For some reason, my speaker just went off, my Google speaker.
Okay.
It's listening to me.
Now, I know you guys have filmed numerous of this stuff, but there's not too many times you actually film one that's moving independently like this. That's why I think it's important. I'm going to mute it while we're talking. But if people pay attention to what's really going on there, now a lot of people are going to argue and say, oh, it has something to do with the camera or lighting, but he's not moving. I'm talking about Jack now. Jack is, and his camera's not moving in sequence with that blue thing.
Yeah, I think I even, at first, I think I even asked T-Mac, I was like, T-Mac, come here and look at this. I see something down there like a blue light. And then, you know, we both were looking and he was like, well, that could be from the camera. And I was like, yeah, probably from the camera. But I didn't pay no mind to it from here on out. But it's definitely moving strangely.
And it's moving independent of your movement. And it's not moving like an insect.
No.
As Wonderful says. So, what are we dealing with here? Anyone have a suggestion of what we're dealing with in the chat?
I mean, the last time that I seen something like this, I mean, I was watching Ghost Adventures, and they went to Romania, and they went to that. I believe I talked about it on the last podcast I was with you guys about the forest that doesn't grow, like nothing grows in it. I think it was the Hibachu forest. And they caught a similar orb of light just like this, but it was more like a big red ball-like thing that kept moving around. It would dimmer a little bit, and then it would turn bright, and then it would turn colors. But it's the same movement that you're getting right with this. The same thing. It's the color blue, but it didn't start out blue when it got to the light.
Interesting.
They didn't really say what it could be. They just said it's like that. It's just some kind of energy that's forming, that's trying to manifest.
Right. So someone asked and brought up the glow stick thing. So did you have using glow sticks that night?
Yeah, we were using glow sticks.
Did you lose a glow stick that night?
We did lose a glow stick that night.
Now, the problem with this is it possibly could be, was it a blue glow stick?
It was a blue glow stick.
If it was a human being, one of you guys messing around, at this whole time I didn't see any sign of a human being holding it, the shadow or the human's body in between your camera and that light source, blocking the light, interfering with the light. There's no sign that a human being is holding this. Now, could there be maybe this? One of you guys using a string and holding it? Could be.
About a football field away.
And we're so. This is a great. The word brought up the glow stick is fantastic. If you lost the glow stick, someone missing. Is that the glow is something now? If something is moving and manipulating that glow stick, could it possibly be? And then it's just hypothetical. This is, I guess, the same thing is going on with these branches that create these freaking tree structures. Whatever is moving that glow stick could possibly also be making the tree structures. Just bringing it up.
Sue makes a good point. She said, was it confused by the other light being out there? Because I really never set a light down, walk away. And I asked it to take it. I said, take the light, walk in front of it, do whatever you need to do. But instead of imagining
it just disappeared, though.
Yeah, that's strange.
It just vanished. It turned white and vanished. Yeah. So is it even the glow stick? They come back now.
I don't know. But
is it part of
you mentioning that glow stick disappearing? Right at this part, when I go back, or was it here? T-Mac notices something steps in front of the glow stick. He doesn't see the glow stick anymore. I swing over and look, and the glow stick's gone. And then I see this dark mass going to the left. I see it, and I start running through the forest, because this thing's going pretty quick. So the glow stick's missing at this point. In my head, I believe that whatever I saw took it. And the strange thing was, Mike MT was posted up about he was a good maybe 75 yards away from behind us. And this thing probably didn't know he was there. I'm thinking because it started running his direction. I get on the radio and go, "Are you hearing anything strange?" He goes, "No, not at that point." He wasn't. Then he radios back and he goes, "I just got some weird stuff going on." So, it was really strange. But that glow stick disappeared like that.
Uh-huh. So, of course, we don't know if this thing that we're looking at is even the glow stick. A lot of times people film orbs that behave this way and are blue.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some strange things myself, so never filmed it like this. Never had the opportunity to film it like this. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bug, and it changes colors if you pay attention to it from blue to white. I think it's something. I guess it's in the category of O.R.D. I'm guessing. But the glow stick is a great suggestion. And what if the glow stick was taken away? Maybe it was broken. Maybe the because that's what is that material called again that glows? Whatever it is, maybe it got some of it on it.
You know what? Did you just see it in the lights? It looks like you can see it in the light. When it went into the light, you can actually see it. That's strange too, because that's a pretty bright light. That's
You should drown it out, if you're trying to say.
right, 2,800 lumens. And we're backed up, like I said, a good football field away.
Now, I know you guys a lot of people might find this tedious and boring, but I find this extremely important piece of data.
Yeah, I wrote it off. I honestly did. Out in the forest standing next to T-Mac, I seen it. I seen it come into the picture. And, he looked at it and he was like, oh, that's strange. I see it. And he's like, could that be the camera? Light coming from, bouncing off the camera. And I was like, oh, yeah, probably. And I wrote it off.
Put my money on it. There's nothing anything close to being from your camera.
Yeah.
We waited about 20 plus minutes.
Yeah.
So this was going on for quite a while. And that's something that's very significant. Now, as an insect, that'd be very questionable. They would stay there. Now, it changed too. It's just changed. Don't it change? And now
it's off down to the.
Now it's going, and there's another one that shows up. It's not by strange. And now it's gone. Anyways, thank you for entertaining that, everyone. I think
that's strange.
An important data.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to watch that whole 20 plus minutes of film.
So yeah, I would love to have all the experts out there to explain that one away. Please. And then when you're done trying to explain the thing away,
yeah, nobody was moving around. MT was way behind us. They were, like I said, they weren't in front of us at all. So that was an MT out there. That T-Mac was right next to me. You can see that in the video.
So I have a wild theory, and it's not even a theory, it's more of a hypothesis. Not even a theory yet. It's not a working theory or anything else, but I'm getting the impression that these little dots of light, we call orbs, not only can stay little dots of light, but can expand and become larger, quote-unquote, orbs. Some people say they're the size of a balloon or a basketball or a beach ball, and can actually not only do that, but it can actually, from that source of energy or light, can manifest and look like a Bigfoot or a dog man or a human being or whatever the hell it wants to manifest.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. Did you see that last orb that I filmed, that green one that blew up to the size of a volleyball, basketball? It came up out of the ground. There was some white ones shooting around.
Can you share that with us?
Share screen. Pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it. No, I can't pull it up. It's on YouTube. It's about a 12-minute video. Can you pull it up on your end?
What's the name of the video? Do you know? Want to talk?
Tell you.
Oh, I do want to say something. Remember when I told you about that had that rock get like tossed off my window?
Yeah.
Was it
No,
pebble size or was it bigger?
No, it wasn't. If I, no, it was a decent size, like little, like rock. But I found out that with my AC, it makes the window vibrate. So I think what happened was that the stone kind of was vibrating off of it, and then it fell off. So, but it still was a weird.
Well, why would a stone be on your AC?
My daughter puts things everywhere.
Okay.
So I'll actually grab the rock and show you the size of it because I don't. The way it fell off still doesn't make sense of how far it went. So hold.
All right, Mike, that's called unexplained activity during paranormal investigation. It's 12 minutes and 24 seconds long.
Oh, okay. 12 minutes.
This is
How far down? How far down? Hold on a second, man. How far?
You can go to videos.
So I have videos. And what month? How far back?
No, it's really quick. Go to videos, and it's, I don't know for you, let me count them. It is the third one down. Unexplained activity during paranormal. It's 12 minutes and 24 seconds long.
Oh, okay. All right. Do I have that one already? I think I already have that one. I do have that one. Okay. This one already had that one lined up. How did I miss that? Where's the green orb part of it? Because I know you're using the infrared light, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
It's pretty quick into it. Let me see.
wonderful you can share while we're just, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, I mean, this is the size of the rock that apparently, that was moved off of my the windowsill, and I don't think from it vibrating off of the window underneath my AC, or how far it hit. It hit the. I have like a little shelf right underneath everything, and it must have hit that, but it slid almost halfway across the room. So there was more force to it than when it fell, from just vibrating off of a window. I mean, this is a decent sized rock for just vibrating off of a window and moving that far.
Right.
Like it hit the floor hard enough that I woke up because of it.
No, that's strange. It's around the 2-minute mark.
Well, there's some this video. Okay, so this video we'll go there. Here, look at that.
Yeah.
There's that blue orbit light thing going.
Yeah, it flies right into his camera. Boom.
You said it's around 2 minutes?
Yeah, the 2-minute mark.
So that's wow, man. So you think you had a rock thrown at you? Is that it? You're saying?
I don't. It was not thrown at me. It was more like just like knocked off and slid and hit the floor hard enough for me to wake up. I was laying in bed. I was basically passed out, and it just hit the bottom.
Towards
I woke up to it, and it was at least almost across the room, in the middle of the room, from where the end of my bed is from where the window is.
That's strange.
It was just really weird. I mean, I would understand if it was a pebble, like a small little light pebble, but this is not a pebble. I mean, this is a decent sized rock. So
Yeah.
Well, did the activity start happening after you started doing research, or did it?
yes, and it has. And I did bring it up. I do feel like that maybe something followed me, but nothing has happened ever since this rock got thrown. This probably happened at least a month now.
That's strange.
But I just
Yeah.
Jack, that short flipper.
Yeah, if you you'll watch it, you'll see it. If you back up a little bit, you can see how it all takes place, and there's nobody out there. You can see them all headed towards MT, where MT's headed.
So these things that we call orbs or spirits or whatever, these beings of energy of whatever, you know, man, beings, maybe it's just energy itself. Are they the things that are capable to move that rock or to throw that rock at people when they're out in the woods or that Wonderful's talking about, you know what I mean? Because are these things capable of moving stuff that, you know what I mean, either as a group or individually? Like
Right. I think anything with enough energy with it is going to be able to move something.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, that night they were just coming out of the ground and then heading towards, you can see they're flying towards where MT's to the right on the, in a hut.
So this is not lightning bugs.
No.
Oh,
No.
what are these things? And how big do you think they were?
That green one got really big. You could see it. I mean, you could see it. I was a good 50, 60 yards away.
Is there? I don't see a light source shining on these things.
Mm-mm. No, this is the first time I've ever seen a green orb.
Are we done? Is it done?
Yeah, that was it right there. I mean, there's more, but I take off towards MT and go because he heard something slam down by him.
No, they're not behaving like dust.
No, I mean, you aren't going to get glowing dust.
And there's no light source shining on them?
No. Nope, I'm totally.
Case, ladies and gentlemen. There's no light source on them. So what is causing them to shine and be energetic? And could these same things be misinterpreted as I shine from a Bigfoot?
Yep. You can see they're all moving towards the right, towards where MT is.
And there's something else. I don't know if you noticed that too, but there's like, there's something else right there.
Thank you, DC.
Did you see that? Pay attention to this. There's light, but then pay attention to there's like a shadowy thing that moves.
They're all traveling towards MT.
Oh, don't tell me I lost it. There's right there.
Shoot.
Shocks. Dang. Okay, watch. Pay attention to this area right here, and there's a shadowy entity or being that moves. See that?
That's strange.
Everything's strange, Jack. Come on.
That's strange, man.
What is that? It's not you. You're not moving it. Should we try it again? Let's just slow it down some more. There is some bizarre stuff. There's some bizarre stuff going on in them woods, folks. And it ain't Bigfoot. There it is. You see it? And it looks like it's had leg almost. Try that again.
Yeah, then it goes with my saying, check out why there's forests there, your parks were made there.
It might not seem all that impressive to you folks or to us, but there's movement going on there. I don't know what the hell it is. Any suggestions? Did you guys see what I'm seeing, first of all?
I saw like a quick flash of light from the left going to the right, and then it just disappeared.
Now, this was just look right here and just look. It's like
It's hard to see because it's from your screen, but for us, it just looks like it's black, except until the orbs come. So it's something that we're gonna have to check out individually.
There's a mass moving right there. Anyways,
That's strange.
yeah.
I didn't want to make that video too long, but I just wanted to get that out there because MT was filming. There was stuff going on around him before I went out to my area. That's what I was catching. I was like, okay, I might as well be camera 2 real quick for him.
Well, here's just a far wild thing. What if there's like shadowy type entities, beings, spirits, and they're having fun with these little balls of light? They're chasing. Did you ever thought about that? Just something to think about.
There's so many what ifs.
That's right. Well, okay, I'll stay out for a little bit. Hey, wonderful. Please tell us what's new. What's up with you, man? I'm sorry. It's like I'm co-host tonight. That's why I act like Mr. Bob.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Not much. Not much has really been happening. Just more, taking care of kids and just getting things done around here. I plan on trying to see about doing like a little investigating tomorrow or Sunday at that cemetery. I do want to try to figure. There's not a number to call, but I want to be able to go there at night. It does say it closes at dusk, so I don't know if they will do anything if you're there after dusk. But I don't know where I can go to really contact somebody to ask, like, hey, I'd be here and investigate past dusk just for an hour, a couple hours. Just to see if I get anything. But other than that, I mean, I haven't been doing that much of anything. Just kind of chilling.
Good. Still waiting for you to get down here, man. Tomorrow seems like a great day. Just get in the car, take that 3-hour drive. You go back going, I am never going in the forest, so you won't have to worry about who to call because you'll never want to go back into the forest without me.
Yeah, I still got to figure out a weekend to be able to come down and go do that.
Yeah. For y'all that don't know, I know this is wonderful.
It's just trying to figure out what else I have to get it done before that weekend I have.
Yeah, I'd love to have you down here.
Like if I leave on a Friday, I mean obviously I can leave like a Friday morning and get there by like probably 2 o'clock.
You're only 3 hours away.
Oh yeah, got that.
Yeah, it's not like you're like.
I'm not driving like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was like 6 hours.
No, it's not 6 hours. You're 3 hours exactly away.
Then yeah, it makes it a little bit easier now that I know that's 3 hours, not 6 hours.
Thanks, Truth. Have a great weekend, buddy. Yeah. But I'm going to call this O.R.D. I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank everybody. Man, it's crazy stuff. Wait and see these videos coming up. I definitely will toss that cat link out there, the cat video with me going in and crawling into it. And then when I was in it, it'll go put the cat back. Trapper was on the outside of this nest. We're going to call it a nest. I don't know if it was a nest, but we're going to call it a nest. Trapper was on the outside. I crawl in with this thing. and something gets whipped from the far side of the nest. Trapper's screaming, "Get out of there! Get out of there!" So I'm like putting this cat trying to crawl backwards. I mean, I could sit up, but you know, where it was at, I had to get down low, and I was trying to get in there and get out. So, you know, something hits in front of me, comes through the nest. You know, Trapper starts screaming, "Get out of there!" And then, you know, I'm like, okay, we're crawling backwards.
I actually do want to ask a question for both of you. What would be a good way to try to test this again to see if this rock will move again? I kept it on the windowsill again, and it didn't do it the last time I was doing it.
Don't do that inside your house, man.
Don't do it? Okay.
No. You're asking for things you're inviting things into your own home that's supposed to be blessed. And you're inviting things in to do stuff. You don't want to do that, man.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That did answer my question for me. I guess I'll do it somewhere else.
I mean, that's the truthful honest. I know what's out there. I know what can come into your home. It's happened to me. And you don't want those kind of problems, brother, especially when you got kids. I mean, if you were single, I'd tell you the same thing, but I'd be like, do it, tell me.
Right, exactly.
I've experienced some high strangeness and things that follow me home into my place, and you know, the Mandela effect and all sorts of weird things.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
It's not weird. It was a living hell for at least 3 days. So I don't know. 6 months. That's a long time.
I mean, since then, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened since then that this rock kind of like moved. I mean, it was just weird of how, like, of the way it would fall down. I even tested it myself. I did the little, like, you know, put my finger behind it and tapped it, like, just a light little tap to see how far it would go if it hit the shelf below it. It didn't even make anywhere near where I found it when I got up.
Can I be honest with you?
This thing had like some force behind it.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about paranormal stuff, and this is God's honest truth. You'll hear from me once, and that's it. Manifestation, things happen to you when you're home for you to start talking about it. And then you start talking about it, and then you manifest it. That's when you could get into problems, because it could have been something simple. Now you're manifesting something that's not good. And that's, you know, you don't want those kind of problems. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very
Because
true.
manifestation is a real thing.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And that's when you'll start seeing things happening, and it'll be your fault because they're happening.
Yeah.
You know? And that's God's honest truth. I've seen some crazy stuff.
So what would you give me advice of how I could see, like, if there was something there?
I wouldn't,
or just completely forget about it.
Just bless your home with Jesus and have Jesus, lay it on Jesus' lap and God's lap. And it's, you don't want stuff like that in your home. That's
Okay.
You want you in life, you invite God into your home. This, your home is your church. That's what it's supposed to be. So you don't have to go to church, or if you choose not to go to church, your home is your church. You invite God in and make love, and your family, that's a place where you can rest and be peaceful, and you don't want that crazy stuff. Good thoughts, happiness. It was just something that happened, and we got that.
So do you think it would be bad to keep this rock around?
If it's going to make you think about it all the time, throw it outside.
All right. Yeah, I did that. I mean, I don't even know where this rock came from, to be honest.
Pitch it outside. Yeah, well, you gotta think about it. But all right, y'all. O.R.D, I want to thank you so much, man. You were a great mediator. This is wonderful. Thank you for popping in, everybody.
Thank you as well.
Thank you. I'm really glad everybody was here. Thank you for staying. I know these Q&As, podcasts aren't that popular. You know, people just, you know, I get it. You know, we're just a bunch of guys sitting around talking and BS, but we bring up good points.
No, I think we should show some evidence too. There's what's going on, and I think this is a good thing to do. Breaking down some of these videos.
Yeah,
I was tempted if you give me permission to on my channel, I'll break down some of your videos.
I'll do it.
I'll give you guys all the credit for it. I'll say, hey, look at this, what I found. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you know, we could have looked at the video about, you know, Helltown, you guys finding prints.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean? There's all sorts of things going on that you guys find in the woods. So, and you know, I agree that the best thing that you can do is leave it. It's kind of like a lot of things, in, whether in the physical realm or in the spiritual realm, that leave it where it comes from, right?
Yeah, and that's what we always say at the end of the hunts. We always say, you know, this is your home. You must stay here. You can't attach yourself to us. You can't follow us. This is your home. We're only visiting. Thank you. You know, we give our offering and.
Yep. I mean, I do the same thing when I went out and did the cemetery hunt and that forest. I did the same thing. I think this rock most likely came from like when we went to a beach, and that was about it. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. I think my youngest daughter, just found the rock and wanted to take it home, and we took it home. It wasn't. I don't take anything from like the cemetery that I went to. I don't take anything from that forest that I go to. I don't do any of that knowing that something could be attached to it, or like I'm removing something that needs to stay there.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting journey, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh man, and it's going to continue. I got some more day footage coming. Like I said, I'm got to get into more of these spots to see. You know, I do this every year. It's a lot I do solo, going into these spots just to see if they're hot or not, and I'll take you all with me.
Before you close shop here, let's go back to when you filmed that last the orbs, and there was no light source. What kind of camera were you using to film that?
I was using a Google Pixel HD. It was a Google 9.
Google 9. And there was no, you were not using any light source at all.
No light source.
And you were just filming that, and it's.
I seen it with my own eyes.
Well, it's a good camera. So it's a Google 9.
Yep. You can call it that HD, XL, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's all I could grab it with at the moment, because I was actually getting myself ready to go into a different area, and I was like, what the?
Yeah. Because it's that's an important thing to, one more time for everyone, including myself. It is a Google. I didn't know Google made cameras, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, they're phones. They're cell phones.
Yeah.
A
Google Pixel
9.
Yep.
XL.
Yeah.
So you were actually just using your cell phone to film that.
Yeah.
That's an important piece of information right there. And here's the thing. Very few people are filming stuff with their cell phone in the dark.
Yeah, you know what? Great feature on that phone is it's got night sight, which I didn't know, which you could be in pitch black, like total darkness, turn the video on, hit this night sight, and it lightens everything up on the picture.
Right, but you didn't use that.
No.
And that's an important thing, and I think that's like being in the dark and filming that, and because it's not that easy. Like for me, I don't know if people might
My P900, I don't know if they ever even probably be able to catch anything like that with the P900 at night. It's a great camera for the daytime.
Oh, absolutely. I have one.
But it's not, and it's great as far as filming the stars and that kind of stuff, and the moon, but it's, yeah, it's got some, it's just limitations too. So. And it's not the camera you really want to be taken out in the middle of the woods. So
No, you see what happened to my last camera that I had setting up. I was filming and something smashed the camera in the stand. I claimed 3. We were live.
Something smashed the camera.
Yeah, 500 something.
Something's moving rocks. Something's moving these branches. Something's moving things. We're not seeing.
Whatever it was pretty strong because the tripod was an older tripod and it had, metal legs on it. You had to actually had to pull the legs out, put the pin in. It's the older tripod because I didn't want the wind blowing it over or anything. Something picked this thing up and just bam, it had to do with one arm because it picked up the leg, bent the whole leg. Like it went to fling it back and slam it, and that whole leg bent up.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That
And actually ripped the camera off the tripod. That actually put some of the pictures, it was still taking pictures that looked like something came up and went like this with the camera. And it caught a picture of that. And I'll tell you, wasn't my hand. It didn't look human.
That's not the. You're not talking about the one that I don't remember who. If it was MD that caught the hand, the heat signature hand that went up like a hair.
The camera was taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
It was set to take pictures every 3 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it caught something coming up. Say this was the camera. It caught something coming up to the front of the camera, grabbing where the lens was.
Oh, that's true.
And you said that it bent the tripod.
Yeah, it bent the tripod, and it happened like that. And if it was human, we would have seen him. Man, we both paused on the live, we both looked, and I was like, that was the camera. Ran over there. And yeah, $500 to change camera.
Yeah, if you want to repair it, my son, he accidentally bumped into my P900 in the house, and it fell only a couple feet, and that cost me, I don't know, $400 or $500 to fix the thing.
Yeah,
that's a camera. They're not any good. You're going to go a mile deep in the woods. So, but it's good for what I do. What I do is great for what I do. Obviously, I get great results as far as images and the edge of the woods and all that kind of stuff. But going deep in the woods, you do not want to use P900 or P1000. Not unless you plan on at some point it being destroyed, because they're very sensitive cameras. And once they fall, it's just
yeah,
it just sucks. So, anyways, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for this evening, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. God bless. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. I have to. Plane 3 actually called me, so I'd like to get back out there, see what's going on there. Something knocked over 4 trees. Bring that up real quick. So, don't know if something news in there or not, but that's strange that 4 trees would fall. I told them that. But yeah. So
they knocked over. Did they break, or did they just fall over like the roots? Still,
Yes, I guess 2 of them were the roots, and one like snapped off the tree, and it was they were kind of like all in a row, side by side, not. And he said none of the trees hit each other. It was kind of like bam, bam, crack, like something going down the line, just pushing him.
And when did
It happened before there, so
when did that happen? Just recently?
yeah. When I talked to him Wednesday.
So it's during the drought season, so.
And so this happened before where the trees fell. The trees were on a hill like this, leaning, and they fell backwards. Something, and there's no way. It's just like there's no way that happened. You know what I'm saying? All that weight, there's no way of them going and falling backwards. This, strange place. But yeah, mating season for sure. Strange time. But with that said, thank you all. Thank you for being here, Mr. Wonderful. O.R.D. Thank you, community. Thank you. Check out O.R.D's page. Check out some of his videos, man. Get over there, man. Want to see some stuff? Catch us some good stuff.
Thanks, man.
Need you out with us.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Seriously, this is my therapy and working out.
With that said, Mr. Wonderful, you do a podcast too. You do sports, right?
Yes, we do every Monday and Friday. So just look up Wake Up Sports Podcast. We are live Monday and Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We talk about worldwide sports. We'll talk about college sports. We'll talk about NFL. We'll talk about esports. Almost any sport you can think of. We'll do hot takes on it. We'll do drafts.
Awesome, man. Again, thank you both for being here. Everybody in the community out there in the chat, thank you. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It's free to do. There's no charge for subscribing on anyone's page. We'll see you next time, tomorrow, possibly, depending on the weather. All right. That said, I'm Jack the Cameraman.
O.R.D.
Wonderful.
You all have a great night. Bye.
Yep.
Anyways, that was that. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed my evening there. I'm going to invite a guest in. This might take a little bit of time. For those on BitChute, you probably know about the Italiano Clydesdale. That's what he's known, at least on Twitter. He spent a lot of time Fetzer, Jim Fetzer, apparently in the past, or I don't know how many shows they did together, but anyways, he's an older man that has experience and the Matrix, and in dealing with all the high corruption that's going on in the United States. I'm sure we'll talk about everything from the J. Crew to the Jesuits to right for show. So he said he'd join us. It's going to be a long stream, so for those people on, I'm kind of tired. Those people on that hear this on my second YouTube channel, if you want to hear the rest of the stuff, you're going to have to go over to Rumble or to BitChute, because stuff we're going to be talking about, channel get taken down. So if we try to play this on YouTube. So that, I'm removing that from YouTube. I've invited him